Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So every now and then a movie comes along that surprises you in an absolutely good way. And Upgrade is one of those movies. So this is going to be a non-spoilers review, so I'm going to try my best as possible not to go over any main plot points. This movie was written and directed by Leigh Whannell, who was actually involved in the whole Saw and Insidious series, and it stars Logan Marshall Green. I'm not really familiar with his work, to be honest with you, and I honestly thought that it was actually Tom Hardy at the beginning. But he plays this character named Gray, and you've probably seen the trailer where his wife, who's named Asha, she actually gets killed out of randomness, it seems, and now he actually gets this thing called STEM, a device, an AI device put into his body that basically gives him an upgrade, and now he's this superhuman, and he goes on a revenge trail. And so that is the whole general plot of the movie. But the movie itself, it's more than that. Okay, now in one case, it is a revenge flick, just set in a futuristic area. But as you actually go throughout the movie, there's twists and turns. There's different messages throughout the story that specifically talks about things that you did not expect. Specifically, the whole area of artificial intelligence, technology, old versus new, and that is something that I really enjoyed about the movie. The directors and the writer took this movie to another place that I did not expect, because even though it is a combination of sorts of RoboCop, Terminator, and even I would say Ex Machina, and even the Frankenstein as well, it really goes a lot deeper than you would think. You know, now it's still not one of those very thought-provoking movies, but what I really enjoyed about the direction and writing of this movie is it knows what it is, but at the same time, it goes into areas that makes this even more interesting. There's a lot of world building that goes on. And so other characters that are involved in this is a detective named Cortez. The actress's name, I cannot remember, but she was actually in the movie Get Out, and also his wife, Asha. But there's also another character called Aaron, who is actually this really wealthy person who actually provides him with this STEM technology. And there's also the villains, with the main villain being Fist. And STEM, I can't remember the actual actor's name. I think it's Simon, but I don't remember the last name. This was one of the best parts of the movie is STEM. The relationship between STEM and Gray. And the actor Logan Marshall Green does an excellent job in this role, along with STEM. And as a matter of fact, my favorite part of the movie was the whole interaction between STEM and Gray throughout the whole movie. They have this really funny banter where it's very serious, very logical, but then you have this funny human side, and the acting that Logan does, it's very difficult to emote this mechanical robotic feel. And so you can see that he's doing these things, but he's being controlled by STEM, and that takes some really good acting. And I got to give a lot of credit to Logan Marshall Green for delivering on that front for sure. It's very believable. Now, STEM was the one that I was absolutely not expecting. At first, I'm thinking of things like Jarvis, okay? But the acting involved with this is excellent. I really have to say that. And as you're watching the movie, you go from a simple revenge plot, and then you kind of find out why things are happening. And it's really hard to go into that further without leaving spoilers. But by the end of the movie, you understand in a lot of ways why things happen the way that they did. And it's very similar to the movie The Sixth Sense, where you get this amazing ending, and now it kind of changes the whole scope of the movie. And now you got to go back and think, why did these scenes happen? Or why were these characters involved? And that's exactly what Upgrade does. Now, it doesn't do it at that level of The Sixth Sense, but it does it in a way that is extremely satisfying, because I did not expect what would happen near the end of the movie. And also, even though you could kind of figure out that Gray is involved in something bigger, it's much bigger than you would think. Okay, and some of the things besides the actual way that the story was told that I enjoyed about the movie is the action and the production quality. This is a really super low budget movie. I think he made this movie for less than $10 million. But when you're watching this, the cinematography, the way that it looks is so slick. This looks like a really expensive movie. And to be honest with you, this looks better than most of these big budget movies where it's all CG and stuff. So really, I got to give a lot of credit to the writers, directors, the production team for making this movie look, feel, and the action. It's just so jarring. It's bone crushing. All those elements. This is really high quality. if I have to say that. And if you were to tell me that this was a low budget indie flick pretty much, I would not believe you. So hats off to that. And all of those things actually play into this character, into this world. And, by the end of the movie, I was completely satisfied with it. And then at the same time, I wanted to know more about these characters. I wanted to know more about this world. Now, I'm not sure which direction they could go with this, because by the time you get to the end, you know a lot of things, okay? And it's hard to explain that, but you know a lot of things. And so knowing those things, I'm not sure which direction they could go with that to where it'll still be really fresh and surprising. But just by everything that I saw in here, the quality, the writing, the twists and turns, and I genuinely did like the characters, specifically Gray and Stem. They were excellent. And all of the supporting cast, they did okay. They did an okay job for what they were served, but I really think the director and the writer, they did it right, where they focused primarily on the most important characters, which is Gray and Stem, and how everything around them, you actually see how everything works in this world, and you are experiencing this through Gray's eyes. And then when you see the revelations of everything, it's just so much bigger. It's awesome. That's all I have to say about that. And so that is it for my review of Upgrade. And I might do a spoilers review later on, but I really did not want to spoil anybody from seeing this movie, because I highly do recommend you watch this. It is a way better movie than I expected. It's an absolutely fun movie. I enjoyed the world building. I enjoyed Gray, Logan Marshall Green, and Stem. And then also, I want to know more. I actually want to see more of this world. If you had any thoughts in this movie, if you've seen it, be sure to leave your comments in the area below. Try not to put any spoilers if you can. And also, if you had any other thoughts in movies that are similar to this, be sure to leave your thoughts there as well. And so if you did enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe. And if you wanted to support my channel further, you could do that at patreon.com/Geek Outdoors. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you actually wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then join my Go Content Creators group, where you would get access to 30 free videos and more continuing content for all their creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. All you have to do is simply go to the link below, head over to our page, and join my Go Content Creators group. Thanks a lot, and I will see you on the other side. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.